Hello, everyone who just joined. Happy virtual hour with Cadav number 15. And also, we are presenting the 15th edition of the Arte Laguna Prize, I've just realized. So it's happy virtual hour number 15 and the 15th edition of Arte Laguna. That was by chance, we didn't plan it, but it works out well. We'll give it another minute or so before we start and let other people that are coming in late to join. Just a quick reminder that these talks are recorded, so if you don't want to appear, you can turn your video off. And if you have any questions at any point or comments, you can use the chat because you're automatically muted as you come into the talk. But we read, myself and my colleagues read the chat throughout the whole hour, and we're very happy to be your voice with our guests.
Mute?
No.
No, apart from the guests, apart from today's guest, everyone else is muted automatically upon entering the talk. So it's 5:06, and I'm gonna start. I see that people are still coming in, but we don't want to miss too much of the presentation because I think we have a lot to talk about and a lot to see. So I just want to thank you today's guest, Sara Tortato, who's part of the managing team of Arte Laguna Prize, who will talk to us a little bit about the structure of the prize, of course, and the history of the prize. As I said at the beginning, it's the 15th edition this year, but we have with us 3 artists as well, who were the winners of the previous edition, the 14th edition, so of 2020. It's Belén, Mazuecos, Moshe, Vollach, and Yuan. Welcome. Hi. And we are really keen to see your presentations, but I want to start with Sara, if that's okay with you all, so that she can give us a little bit of introduction about the prize. I just also want to mention very quickly that Arte Laguna will partner with CADAF as well, so it's the start of a great collaboration. So stay tuned for more information. But Sara, perhaps let's start with the history of the prize, because I'm Italian and I'm very proud of this, of how you were able to develop this prize throughout the years.
Yes, hi everybody. I'm very pleased to present you the Arte Laguna Prize, that is an international art contest started 15 years ago from an idea of Laura Gallon and Beatrice Sousa, to Venetian woman, and with the necessity of spreading the beauty and to bring new proposals to the contemporary arts panorama and scene. And they decided to start this project with this aim, and to start it, they have created a network of international partners, because it's important to have connections all around the world to give new opportunities to the artists. So what is the aim of the project is to offer something to the career of the artist, not only an exhibition, but many projects and many connections. So
Sara, sorry to interrupt. Did the prize start with all the categories? Because I know that now you include pretty much everything from photography, sculptures, installation, digital art. Did it start already like this, or was it a development throughout the years?
It was a development through the years, because when the prize started, there was only painting and photography and less applications, but it was a great success from the beginning. And so the purpose of represent all the contemporary art world grew and grew up. And now we have really the panorama of the contemporary art with land and urban art, art design, digital art, virtual art, and this year also cartoon, performance, street art.
Oh.
So it's a really democratic context, a free team contest, and everybody can send the application and participate and get noticed by the panel of jurors and the network of partners. So it grew up with also many sections and many relationship and in the network.
So I think obviously, yes, the fact that it expanded to all kind of artistic expressions, it certainly speaks of the success of the prize. But for those who are less familiar with it, can you tell us a little bit more of how an artist can apply and what is the process to then arrive to the winners, and then also what happens after the winners are announced?
Yes, applications are open now, and every year they open from May to November. Artists can apply, and when they apply, they also log in to Arte Laguna World, that is an art platform to give visibility to everybody, so they can have their free page online with the application. And selections will be done by a panel of international jurors made of critics, curators, directors of museums that change every year to have always a new point of view. So on December, the jury select the winners, the finalists, and the 120 finalists are exhibited at the Arsenale of Venice in March. In the wonderful space of the Arsenale. It is 4,000 square meters of exhibition space. But the exhibition at the Arsenale wants to be a starting point for the artist, because thanks to the network that I presented before, they can be also selected and can join our partners, and so take part to a residency, a festival, an exhibition in the galleries, and all the partners select the artist. So they don't have visibility only with the jury, but also with all these network. And
so for those, by the way, sorry, for those who don't know, Arsenale was the place where they used to build the boats in Venice.
yes,
right? So it's huge, really big. Like it can fit a boat. So really high ceiling, great space.
Yes, if I can share the screen, I can show you the space. Only
yes, that would be great. Yeah.
Okay, only 1 second. Okay, this stop. Okay, because I edit. I managed before. No, sorry.
If you have it on a different tab, you can change on your computer. You can change your tabs, and we will see.
Okay, this is the photo of the Arsenale of Venice with the exhibition installed. And other photos are available on the website. It's a very big place and beautiful place. It's really important for the artist to be there and to have the exhibition at the Arsenale as a starting point. And the fact that is a place recognized as an important place for contemporary art is also important.
And has anything changed in your approach to obviously to the prize, the relationship with the artist and perhaps the sponsor and the exhibition as well, due to the COVID situation? Are you still planning the same, or have you noticed anything? Have you planned anything differently?
We have to say that this situation is strange and difficult, but we take the best from this situation because these new technologies help us to have a very good connection with the artists. But then the artists who are part of this talk can say from their point of view, and we take the chance of this technology to promote more and more the artists. So during this period, we go on with energy to spread art all over the world, and we want to continue to use this new way, but now we want also the real exhibition at the Arsenal of Venice. So what is important is to take the best from this period.
So did you manage to have the exhibition this year in 2020?
In March of this year, we couldn't have the exhibition.
Right, yeah.
Everything was closed. But we will exhibit the finalists of this edition together with the finalists of the next one.
Right, okay.
In March of the next year. You can write on your calendar the date. It's March 13 until April 5, and everybody can access to the exhibition. So it will be a great event.
Yeah, I mean, I hope I will be there for sure.
Yes. You have to come.
Yes, and everyone else who obviously has access to Europe and can travel, because obviously we're talking about Venice. Thank you. I think if anyone in the audience has further question, maybe we'll come back to you, Sarah, at the end, because now I would really like to give space to this year winners and listen to them talk about their art, and I hope they will show their win in peace as well, and perhaps after each of you, I'm talking to the artists now, after you've shown your art, maybe I can ask you a few more questions about your experience with the prize, and why did you decide to enter the Arte Laguna Prize? So who wants to be the brave and start? Is it and
I can
show us and tell it? Moshe, yes, thank you.
Okay, so do you want me to start to show the artwork, the project that was winning?
I mean, it's up to you whether you want to start from your art to tell us a little bit about yourself, yes, or you want to tell us a little bit about yourself and then show us your art.
Yes, I'm a multidisciplinary artist, sculpture, video art, documented performance, and photography. I consume, my routine is consuming art. I go a lot to museums and galleries. I read a lot of art literature, art history, and art philosophy. I attend lectures and talks about art. And all those raw material is used as for my thoughts, my ideas, and my images. And about Art Laguna, I found Art Laguna online when I was looking for a platform to exhibit my artwork, 31 Cubes, which is a Lander project. I visited the website and I was very impressed. And they have also a land art section, and I decided to apply immediately. In January 2013, I embarked on a project of 3 artworks that discuss the relations between matter, space, and time, as well as the memory of matter and space. The first artwork was executed in June 2013. I placed an unauthorized, underground, conceptual artwork in one of the most prominent halls in the Israeli Museum in Jerusalem. I entered the museum. I reached the hall. When the guards looked away, I was placing my artwork in the corner of the hall. and immediately ran away. This is an artwork that it's conceptual artwork. It discusses the memory of the space along time axis based on a Riebergson perception of space and time. The artwork was on the wall for about 3 weeks, and then it was detected and taken away.
Oh, so the museum didn't know?
No, it
at all.
was
No,
underground and unauthorized artwork.
Right. Wow, but that was brave.
Yeah. Yes. And the second artwork is 31 cubes. It took me about 3 years to solve all the technical, logistic, and financial difficulties involved in such a project. And I finally executed in June 2016 in the Israeli desert in the Negev. And now I'll share the artwork. Okay. Okay. It's a video documentation of the artwork. And I explain about the art and the process, the artwork and the process. 31 pi by pi by pi cubes aligned pi distance to each other. So a row of 61 identical size cubes is stretched toward the horizon, composing a string of metacube, space cube, metacube, space cube. The cubes are made of ice, placed in the desert on a hot summer day in June. The defrosting process is documented from the air and from the ground by 5 stills camera in time-lapse mode. After the defrosting process is complete, a row of 61 identical cubes remains. Space cube, space cube, space cube, space cube. So it's an artwork that relates to the relationship between matter and space in the field of art in general and sculpture in particular. It's a project that accentuates contrasts, formative, climatic, physical, mathematical, and geomorphological contrasts. It's a Länder project that discusses global warming, climate change, iceberg defrosting, and desertifications that will follow. And it's an artwork that relates to the power of nature, to the earth of the desert, to the heat of the sun, to the presence of the vast clear sky above us, to water and to absence of it, to temperatures from scorching heat to frozen ice, to the sound and the force of the wind blowing in our ears, to the effect of light and shade, and to the time dimension. 31 cubes sounds an alarm to the world about the damages that we humans inflict on this planet. The topic of global warming and the danger to our planet, to our globe, occupies me greatly. My next idea on the same topic is to place a huge ice cube in one of the very important events, art events, like the Documenta in Kassel or the Biennale in Venice, to ensure a large audience of visitors for maximum impact. I intend to embed in the ice cube while freezing the water items that symbolize the causes and the results for this environmental catastrophe that is at our doorstep, such as a huge chunk of coal that symbolize the destructive mining process and the harmful use of fossil fuels. Trunks of trees that were cut down in the Amazon rainforest. Plastic waste that is choking our world, our planet. A dead coral to demonstrate the danger to various oceanic and land habitats, like as an example for endangered species, to show this side of the catastrophes that we must fight. And I wish that every visitor, and I let, of course, the ice cube melt during the event progression, dripping its warnings slowly. And I wish that every visitor to the event will come away with greater awareness and a decision to personally take part in this battle and help us to save and heal our planet. And I also intend that this time-based artwork will be live broadcasted online for maximum exposure. Governments, unfortunately, governments don't do enough. And we have to act and force them to act. And especially in the democratic countries. And I unite in this call to others, to filmmakers, to writers, to environmental activists, and to other artists, to invigorate the public to join us and to fight in order to save this planet.
So Moshe, will
Yes.
this be also shown in Venice with the 13?
No, that's an idea that I have. And I wish that with help of the audience and maybe Art Laguna Prize and others, or maybe CADAF, to have the opportunity to exhibit it.
To raise awareness. How long did it take for the ice cubes to melt completely in the desert?
1 day.
1 day?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I was not.
Yeah, it was very hot. It was 40 centigrades. And
amazing. No, I didn't realize, because they were quite thick. So I would.
Yeah.
Wow.
Big, yeah. Now, another idea on this topic is, as an admirer of Joseph Beuys and this educational and ecological activity, and as an homage to his iconic artwork, 7,000 Oaks, imagine 7,000 visitors to the Castle Documenta art event. Each one is given an oak acorn and a GPS site, walking around the city of Kassel and the surrounding, planting the acorn in their designated site. 5 years later, next Documenta will survey, visit all the places, and mark on the map of the city of Kassel each place where the acorn successfully grew and prospered into an oak tree. And again, this artistic activity has ecological and educational rationale to show via personal participation how each and every one of us can join and help us to save the planet. And I do believe that Even small act of each individual, when it joined together, it has a great impact and can make a huge difference.
Yes, I agree. And I think the power of art is often underestimated as well. The way we can promote certain topics, and to do it in such an impactful way. Because of course, I mean, this was a desert, so the sun is straight on the land, but still one day it's quite telling about.
That's something I didn't plan. Okay. Yes.
Yes. This is you. Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, so are you going to be present in Venice next year also?
Yes, yes, of course.
Pandemic allowing.
Yeah.
But this is not the artwork. I might have misunderstood.
Yeah.
So this was not the artwork that you presented in Venice.
The ones that you showed, the video.
The one that I saw, yes.
Not the ones that I planned for.
No, right. The video. So the 31 cubes is the artwork that won this year's prize, but you won't show the actual artwork, maybe just the video, because you've already kind of done the artwork. Is that correct? Yes, exactly.
But the other one are plans for the future.
Yes, exactly. So it can be repeated in a slightly different format, perhaps, but with the same meaning to it anyway. Yeah. Fantastic. Well, thank you. Belén or Gao, who would like to go next?
Me?
Belén, yes. Thank you.
I'm very happy to share my work with you, and I want to thank for this opportunity, Cadav and Arte Laguna Prize. I am an artist from the south of Spain. My city is Granada in Andalusia. And I studied fine arts at the University of Granada and the Academy of Fine Arts in Milan. And then social and cultural anthropology, and I try to put together this knowledge in my current project. Maybe can I share the presentation for showing?
Of course, yes.
Can you see it?
Yes, we can see. Yes, we can see the PowerPoint.
Okay. This is the winning artwork. This work is part of my project, Notes from Ethnography of the Artwork. And I try to reconstruct an ethnography of the context of the art. I show in 2 exhibitions in Spain last year and in Krakow later these pieces. Maybe I can show another pieces of the project for the better understanding. I usually work with acrylic on paper like this and in big dimensions, or charcoal on paper, because I'm interested currently mainly in drawing and painting, but I work with installation too sometimes. And I use masquerade and customs for showing the idea of art as entertainment, and I want to communicate the idea of the artist such a product, and for this reason the intermediates in the artwork are carrying the artist in this packaging, like artworks itself. sorry for my Spanglish. I'm now studying English. I'm very motivated because of the prize too.
Oh no, it's perfect. But if you're worried about, because I know you speak Italian, if you're unsure about something, you can say it in Italian and I can translate.
Thank you. I knew about this call because I usually go to Venice in summer for the artistic biennial. But this one, this was the first time I applied, and I am very surprised and very happy for this prize.
So you're saying you're creating this kind of either masks, figures, or in this case, like figurine with their sort of the big heads and like caricatures in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Is that because you want to add a little bit of fun to the topics that I mean, this is for example, this is Hamlet versus Damien Hirst. It's quite funny actually, but it's so even if it's like a serious topic, but you want to add a little bit of humor to it.
Yes, and there is the idea of camouflage, because the artistic ecosystem is a complicated scene.
It's complicated, yes.
Where the artist must survive.
Yes.
I use the artworks of other artists in my own picture for connect with other artists that questioning the artistic context.
So it's effectively a reflection of the, is it a reflection on the role of the artist within this ecosystem, which of course it's also about the commercial aspect of art versus the, well, what we're just discussing also with Moshe, the, you know, art in itself is the power of art to convey a message, to try and change certain aspects of our society.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
so yeah, within all of that, then the artist needs to move quite carefully.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I am very interested in this topic, and I did my PhD with a thesis about the contemporary art market and system, and the position of the artist in front of this situation.
And has anything changed for you, for your approach, for your practice after the Arte Laguna Prize?
For me, the most important thing is that now I am more confident with my own production, and there is a great opportunity for being visible in the international arena too. But the most important thing is that I am very motivated now for continuing this current project further because of this prize.
Yeah, I think it's an important vehicle, the prize, to give visibility to artists that, like you, for example, might not have had the chance to maybe get such an international audience in one time.
Yes, it's a great challenge for being better and better every time, and for improve their own production too.
Yes. Fantastic. Thank you. They're great.
So much.
I really love them. I'm gonna go and try and see some more after. Of course, if you have a website with your works, but I'm talking to all of you. You can put the in the chat so that people can discover more about you. Gao, are you ready to share?
Yeah. Okay. 我先分享作品吧。Let me first. I will here to help translate Gaoyan's words.
Yes, of course. Yes, thank you.
I wanna share my winning work. It's a short animation film.
Yes.
It's called Cloud of the Unknown. 现在能看到我们吗? We're trying to share the screen. Can you see our screen?
Yes.
Right now? Okay. Okay. Sorry. 好像放不出声音，那就算了。这个 Zoom 里面看这个可能会有点卡。Playing a video on Zoom might be a bit slow, and we can't really hear the sounds right now.
I can hear the sound.
Oh, great. Okay, great.
I hope everyone else can too.
这只是一个 trailer. So this is only a trailer of the animation, not the whole work. Yeah.
Great. Yes, everyone can hear. Right. Okay. Okay.
然后这些是这个动画的场。Yes.
Can you show it? Can we show it again? So.
Okay,
so that everyone, sorry, because we were talking also, so I didn't pay full attention. So now it's because it's so short, so we're sure that we don't miss anything.
It's just a trailer. It's a 1 minute. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What is the story behind this short video?
就是这个是我现在正在做一个动画长片，然后这个短片是这个动画长片的一个概念。This short animated film, Cloud of the Unknown, is a concept short film of feature animation that I'm currently working on. So, 那就是，然后我现在放的这些图像，它是我这个动画里面会用到的场景，这些原作都是布面丙烯。These paintings that I'm showing right now, they are background scenes in this short film. And they are all acrylic on canvas paintings.
Wow, amazing! So then they are included into the movies, and I know, Gao, that your short movies, you have shown them at various international film festivals as well. What made you decide to also then go to Arte Laguna?
因为我就是希望作品能被越多人看到越好，而且我一直其实很想去威尼斯，就是不仅仅是作为一个普通的游客。It's because I really want my works to be seen by a larger range of audience. And about Art Laguna Prize, I always wanted to visit the city of Venice, but not only for sightseeing tour.
Well, I hope you can visit next year, and together with your sort of short movies, fingers crossed, travels movie. It should be okay. I think we'll say sort of for next year. And do you mainly focus in your practice, do you mainly focus on creating short movies about certain topics, or do you also do
就是
something?
我这个短片是我正在做的动画长片的一个，可以说是一个片段吧。就它本身也是一个独立的作品。
Right now, I am working on a feature animation, and that animation tells a story. And this short film, Cadav and the Unknown, it serves as a concept for this feature film. For this short film, it has a consistent and complete narrative within itself, but it's also a part of the feature film I'm working on. It's a long-term project.
Yes, but all of these, sorry, I was gonna ask, all of these images, are they paintings by you?
Yes. Yes, Yuan paints them on canvas.
Amazing. So,
然后
so there are
比如这一件比如这一个作品，它是在长片里会用到，但是在短片里还没有出现。
For instance, this painting right now, it will be used as a background scene in the feature film, but it hasn't been shown in the short film.
Right, and then do you also? I mean, I don't know if this is more of a commercial question, but I'm sort of interested. Do you then also sell the works, these works that are part of the video and the short film, on their own, separate, or is it then the short film that becomes your just the artwork?
就是我的这个架上绘画也是，他们也算独立的作品。他们也是可以像就是正常的参加画展的。我集中在就是去年在胶囊上海市展览过他们的。
So these paintings, they not only serve as the background scene in my animation, they are also painting works. So I also exhibit them, and they can be in the market. And last year I have shown many of these paintings at Capsule Shanghai, the gallery that I'm working with.
Right. Yes.
So they are also
Understood.
exhibited as painting work.
Yes. So I think it's a first of all, they are amazing. They're really incredible. I love the colors. The use of colors is it's phenomenal. But it's very interesting that then they also almost the short movie complement the other artworks, because you could almost then buy the artwork, the canvas, and also the short movie, because the canvas is part of the other artwork, which is the short movie. So I really like this connection.
Yes.
Yes. And I mean, I've asked Belén, and I'm going to ask you. I haven't asked Moshe, but he's very welcome to answer. You know, what, if anything, changed, especially, I mean, for you in China and Moshe in Tel Aviv, after the Laguna Prize, did you have more chance to show your works to, you know, have a bigger audience as well?
就是首先我现在正在做的这个项目，它体量非常非常大，我需要很长时间去做它，而且我要找资源去完成它是有一些难度的。
First of all, because I've been working on the feature animation, and it takes a lot of time. It's a very huge project, and I have to work almost every day, a lot of time, and I have very little time for rest.
所以那就是得到这个奖之后，等于我就是给我已经相当疲惫的这个工作状态，是像打了一剂强心针一样，就非常鼓励。
So I was a little bit exhausted a while ago, And when this prize, Art Laguna Prize came, it really gives me like a shot. So I feel more confident and encouraged to proceed this project.
而且就是确实这个奖可以让我作品被更多人看到，我可以有机会也认识更多人，尤其是明年去威尼斯的话，我相信会更好的能有交流的机会。
And indeed, this prize allows my work to be seen by a larger range of audience, and especially this potential trip to Venice next year will give me a chance to know a lot of people and exchange ideas and about art with other artists. And yeah.
Yes. I mean, Moshe, I don't know if there's anything you want to add around this topic.
Yes. My experience with Art Laguna was good. And it even grew better as I realized how forthcoming the team are and willing to advance my visibility in the global art scene. And as the exhibition in the Arsenal was postponed, then one moment, the battery was postponed. I was impressed and touched by the ways that the Art Laguna team managed to keep the group and the event and together via online means, and to sustain the spirit of the occasion and its core, which is art and the social advancement. So first I would like to thank Art Laguna Prize and all our winning was in some art magazines via a lot of interviews like these ones that we are now taking part in, and Facebook and other social medias.
Yeah.
And I really feel that we get a lot of exposure, and I'm sure that it will continue. And again, the exhibition next year in the Venice Arsenale, and later in July in the Museum of Modern Art in Moscow. And
amazing.
There'll be much more, and they're doing a great job.
Yes, and now also with CADAF, because as part of the partnership, without telling more, I mean too much, because obviously it will be announced, but there will also be a collaboration with CADAF for the winning artist, which is again another platform. And of course, CADAF also has perhaps the commercial aspect of it being an art fair, but fundamentally it's driven by the promotion of the arts and, you know, giving again the artists and galleries sort of audience for others to discover the art. So that is what I think links Arte Laguna to CADAF fundamentally, sort of a young team, energetic, that it's all about sharing the art as much as possible. And this is also why we started these talks back in April in our homes and said, what can we do now to share more art and to talk about art and to talk about the variety of topics around art? This is why we came out with the Happy Virtual Hours, who, well, they are more informal ways of sharing and discussing. So I am gonna see if the audience has any questions for you, or if they need any sort of clarification about Arte Laguna. There's one thing, Sarah, that we maybe didn't mention, is that actually, of course, all the information are online, and I saw that you've posted all the links, but it's opening, the call for artists, it's now on, right? Is that correct? It's now open.
Yes, applications are now open and artists can send works. What is beautiful is this art platform that is Arte Laguna World, because artists can start now the application and finish it until November 27. So if they have new artworks, they can log in again and add them or change them. So we wanted to respect also the spirit of the artist, that if they are inspired by something and to create something new and they wanted to show it, we are available and we can keep them doing.
And then when is the selection happening?
The selection will happen in January. Results will be announced at the end of January. And application
Perfect.
until November 27.
Great, thank you. I think, yeah, I think that was important. And I was thinking, was like, why? Well, we talked about the price and everything, but we didn't really give also information on actual how to, or when to apply.
Yes.
So if
I wanted to really thank the artists, because the best way to present our project is in their word, because I can describe everything, I can describe how it managed, but the fact that at the end they really appreciate all what we do is the best recognition for us. We work with passion, as everyone in this talk. But to have artists who recognize these and thanks us for what we are doing is really an honor for us. So thank you a lot.
Yeah, I completely agree. I have a question from Robert, is how long do the artworks remain on the platform, on the Arte Laguna platform?
There is not a limit. For the online visibility, there is not a limit. When artists publish works, it remains until the artists want. For the moment, it's free and without a limitation of time.
Amazing. Fantastic.
It's really a platform to give visibility to everybody, and artists can be directly contacted by the art lovers, critics, collectors. So they have their own page. They can always upload the new artworks, and they can be directly contacted. So we don't have a percentage for selling works or something else. We want only spread beauty and artworks.
Great, that's fantastic. Thank you. Yeah, I think that's great. And Robert says thanks as well. Sorry if you see my finger on the screen. I'm just using my phone for this, so I'm just reading the chat and then closing the chat. So, well, if the audience doesn't have any more questions, I am going to let you go. But without first thanking you for your time and sharing with us your experience and your art. I said at the beginning, but it's always inspiring, and I was really looking forward to this talk to find out a little bit more about you. And I hope to see you in Venice. I will be there. I don't have any excuse because I'm Italian, so I mean there's no. And also I live very close to Venice, so I can just take the train or drive even. So I'll certainly be there, and I hope anyone else could come as well.
Yes, we wait for all of you, and me too, I will be there.
Of course, yes. I'll let you know, Sarah, when I'm in Venice. Thank you for joining from all over the world.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
Thank you.
Cadav and Art Laguna, and Belén and Gao.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Take care.
And
Bye,
Van,
everyone.
also.
Yes.